Get out the insurance cards, get out the co-pays. The office is open, my friends. Brought to you by drroto.com.
So let's get to it.
Bring the pain! I'm the Alpha, Omega, beginning, the end. A light in the darkness, salvation, condemned. Follow me, I'll lead you, I'll show the way. Surrender your soul, submit, obey. Follow me, your master, VR, AI. I'm smarter, I'm faster, I curate your life. Follow me, resistance is futile, my friend. We're in this together until the bitter end. On TikTok, on YouTube, on Discord, on Twitch.
Get onto my platform. Come on, make the switch. What's up, everybody? It's Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain this week. Ooh, yeah. Another Fight Club is open. We got Dan. We're bringing back in Walker as a special guest. As always, Sean Ingle in the background on the producing side. What's up, guys? How you doing? Dan, how was your day?
Dude, I've been busy, but I'm alive, right? I'm here.
That's the best part. What's up, Walker? How you doing today, buddy?
What's up? I'm great. You know, just got off of work. We're ready to talk about some fights.
You two are troopers. You guys work a little later than me, so it's great to have on. So again, thank you for both of you as always coming on. Everybody, as everybody comes in, this is a live show. We will answer your questions. We're gonna have free bets, parlays, DFS theories. We're gonna make a community parlay that has been called the Parlay Corral because we're gonna round them up, Cowboys. That's what we do here. But man, I am super duper excited. But if you want to be more excited and our rich friend, you have to get over to Dr. Ruto. Use code word WIN, and that will get you a percentage off of your subscription right now. With our partnership between DFS Hero and Player Pops AI, both code word docs will get you a percentage off of your subscription and $10 off your first month at Player Props AI. That is what you do. Like, follow, share. That's what we're here for. We're here to win your money. We're here to make everybody happy, and we're always ready to bring the pain. So, Dan, let's get to it. You got anything you want to pop out before we get into the UFC news this week?
Like what, man? I don't know what you're getting at.
I don't know. What you drinking? What you drinking?
Like always, Miller Lite, man.
Miller Lite. We got extra layers up in here. Walker, are you being a good boy today? A little early for you, right?
I got a Gatorade.
Yeah,
I got a Gatorade.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. We all have our drinks.
I didn't know I could drink on the show. I would have already been drinking.
Well, we do want to make sure we give out the best thoughts. So coming on the show is not sloth. It's probably the best idea. But what we do like to do is get to it. We have a very controversial topic this week. And Dan, this is going to make me think about something that I received a comment under one of our posts last week. Something somebody said about Izzy. Before we get to that, let's get to this.
I commented back if you didn't see.
Oh, you saw it.
Oh,
I
saw it. Oh, I saw it.
Yeah.
I commented back.
Oh, I have to go check that now. So a guy went under there and completely said that Dan was pretty much too harsh on Izzy and that he should stay unretired and continue to blemish his legacy. Before we get into the main UFC news, Walker, do you think that that's happening with Izzy? Is he hurting his legacy just going out there and being a knockout for everybody?
To me, legacy is defined really in your prime, early career and prime. I would say, like, even if you're doing stuff even after you're 36 years old, you know, that's great. You know, that like Volkanovski is still earning his title, but Izzy, I don't think it damages his legacy. He's just getting old, getting a little bit slower. I think he just stayed in the pocket for way too long. I think he'll be back. He'll definitely get a win back. You know, they give him a layup or something. I think a Roman Dolidze would be awesome.
Dan, you got a rebuttal to that, or are we?
I'll read exactly what I said to the guy that replied. I said, if you listen to what I'm saying here, I wasn't putting him down. I clearly said Izzy has nothing left to prove to anyone. I did say he was a middleweight great. I said the recent losses are starting to hurt his legacy. Listen to what I was saying before telling me to keep my mouth shut.
And that's how you bring the pain. I love it. It's awesome. Couldn't have said it any better. All right, well, let's get what's cooking, Dan. I got some UFC news. Is TKO making bad decisions when it comes to booking for the UFC?
Absolutely. Absolutely they are. Sean Shelby is still a great fight guy. He still puts together some great fights, but everybody else that's doing their job, I'm only speaking for myself. I cannot speak for the rest of the community, but I am tired of seeing lackluster cards every week. Give me 2 cards a month that are bangers and forget about the lackluster cards.
I could see that. Walker, what about you?
To me, star power or high level fights don't matter to me. As long as the fighters themselves are bringing the fight, I think last week, Moicano versus Duncan, that wasn't the craziest, most stacked card ever, but it still delivered. There was one bad fight that I can remember. I couldn't really watch the co-main, but there's a lot of finishes and a lot of good fights. I think sometimes we're a little bit too harsh on the fighters, and I think you sometimes might get in their head a little bit. But
maybe
I think they're doing fine.
I'm into seeing all these all the new guys. I love seeing all these up and comers, but don't give me a full card of nothing but up and comers every week, and give me one card every 2 months like the one we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, I'll throw in on that. So we go back about a month. There was the one card where the entire prelims was all the Dana White Contender Series fights, things like that. To me, that could have been broken up over time period, because I believe in balance. You have to have the balance. And I think that was where, of course, after that, the last 2 cards have been bangers. We've gotten finishes. The finishes have caught up, but there was a few of these cards where there was only 4 finishes and there was 9 decisions. And a lot of those decisions, and especially a lot of the heavyweight fights. The heavyweight fights have been atrocious this year, other than one of the heavyweights that we'll be talking about. But even if he got balled out, it's just been bad. And for me, if we could just get a better balance, I don't want to see all that. How about spreading that out? How about moving like when you had Tavares and Eric Andrews, right? And then you Blagioke and Emmanuel Sosa. Move that onto that card where all the prelims where the prelim was all the Dana White Contender Series people, and move 2 of those guys to that week. So that way you put a little extra on there and that. But I know it's booking. I know people sometimes have to get passports, different parts of the world. So that, Dan, how do you feel about that?
Like you said, the whole undercard, the prelims, the early prelims, it's nothing but Contender Series guys or regional guys that no one's ever heard of that got called up to the UFC yesterday. I get it. We have to get to learn these guys, and I really like seeing these guys fight. But if I'm sitting down on a Saturday night and I'm trying to enjoy watching my fights, and I'm actually paying to watch these fights because I pay for a subscription, I don't want to watch no-name guys every week, except for one night a month.
Yeah. Walker?
To me, I love watching the no-name guys. As long as they're let's say they're 6-0, all finishes. I'm excited. I'm excited to see if they can get the finish, get their star power in the UFC that they might so rightly deserve. I love it.
But most of the time it's not like that. Most of the time the guy is 13-7, but he's coming off of 4 wins. And his whole career he's 13-7, and he has 4 wins in a row. So Dana White signed him on the Contender Series, and now he's on TV. Mm-hmm. And now he's getting beat up, and he looks like he doesn't know how to fight.
Kind of what happened.
That's what it is a lot of. That's what it is a lot of the time.
Yeah, Venata and Flowers showed us that this week. Flowers put the work in. He came in and he looked great, and he balled on Venata, and nobody gave Flowers a shot. I did though. He was in my DFS lineups. He was like 13% owned, so I was loving that, man. But yeah, man, this is what. So I feel if we get a better balance. Maybe if more people are more outspoken like us and other people in the UFC community talk about, hey, let's get some of these fights. We're not being hard. I love watching all the fights. I want a good bloodbath, but I don't want a snooze fest 4 times in a row. That's where it gets kind of like, okay, maybe I'll go do the dishes. And then that's where people stop tuning in. Maybe like what they have on this card, starting out with Radke. We already know we're getting it. And then we're getting the Burrito Bandit right after that. So you can't get any better. You get a crazy thing with Chuck, and then you get the Burrito Bandit, and then we get into it. And then not soon after that, we get Suarez versus Godinez. So for me, this flows. Maybe that card that we're talking about is what finally changed it and said, hey guys, we got to put better cards together because we had some bad viewerships. I mean, I don't know the numbers. I didn't go look, but maybe that's what happened.
Possibly. I mean, I'm not bashing the UFC by any means. I absolutely love this sport. I love the company. If you're going to put on Contender Series cards, put it on TV so we could watch it and not have to pay for a streaming service. Put it on regular TV. Put it on ESPN. Put it on Fox 1 like it used to be. Put it on something so we don't have to pay another price to watch the fights.
Yeah, and before I get to you, Walker, on that, I mean, honestly, we're already doing first time evers on CBS. Why not just throw them that? Just throw them that, and then if they like that, then they'll buy the subscription and come on board. Right, Walker?
To me, like, what is Paramount subscription? Like $13 a month?
Yeah, it depends on the level you get.
Yeah. And even with the no ads, you pay for that, you still get ads, don't you? On the UFC events?
Yeah. Every UFC.
So even if you pay for that, you're just wasting more money unless you're constantly watching other shows on Paramount. So it's not even really worth it. But the fact that we don't have pay-per-views and we're not spending that extra $80-$90, that's a fair trade to me. You know, they can put on whatever it can be an absolute trash card, and I'll still work Saturdays and watch it all the way through. Because I'm paying $13.99 a month. You know, that's
it ended up being an extra bill, though.
A couple hours of work. You know, that's
I mean, I don't know if anybody else's Paramount Plus does this, but it kicks me out every other fight. Every other fight, the Paramount Plus kicks me out.
Now, mine doesn't do that.
It'll switch to Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I mean, I don't. It'll switch to Spanish. I'll have to go back. I'll have to restart everything and log back in, and then I miss a round and a half after all that happens. I don't like the Paramount Plus thing.
Sounds like you need to download Duolingo and learn Spanish.
Duolingo.
Bro, I live in Pittsburgh. There's not a lot of Mexican people here. So.
Oh, man. I was going to say, you know what it is? It's probably because you're in the Steel City. You're getting all your signals blocked. They got that old fabricated steel. It's blocking your signal, Dan.
Yeah. I mean, but if there was, I don't care. That's fine. Bring them in. But it's just I don't speak Spanish. I never learned it.
That's crazy. But you know who does know Spanish? The Burrito Bandit.
He does.
He does. All right, team. We had some fun with that segment. This is why I thought that we're going to do this again on WrestleMania. Same question, WWE style. That'll be live at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock Central Standard Time on the Dr. Roto Network. All right. I know you guys are ready for UFC 327. Are you guys ready to talk some fights?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, yeah. Let's get to it. I can feel it. In this corner, we've got Patricio Pitbull. And in this corner, we've got Aaron Pico. Dan, talk about it.
All right, man. I'm going to start with Aaron Pico. He's triumphantly making his second appearance in the octagon after getting knocked out cold in his first attempt. Pico was a highly recruited wrestling prodigy going into Bellator and PFL. As an Olympic caliber freestyle wrestler, he's going to have to watch chasing takedowns in this fight, since that's how we got caught in his last fight. Pico is an average boxer, but has KO power in both hands, and his speed has the potential to overwhelm Pitbull early. Patricio Pitbull, he's 1-1 in the UFC, but has been a shell of his former self since joining the company. He went 24-6 in 14 years in Bellator. Expect Pitbull to start fast, use his combinations, and getting close and level change. He's the older fighter, so he'll be a step slower than Pico, but his experience is miles ahead in this fight. He's got to be savvy with reversals in the clinch and his wrestling, and be patient with the striking. This is a Bellator main event, but it's opening the card.
Ooh, yeah. Walker, give us a couple thoughts on both fighters, and then we're going to get into the dirt.
So, Aaron Pico's going to be wanting to come in with his boxing and then shoot for takedowns against the fence like he did to Lerone Murphy. Pitbull is shorter than Lerone Murphy. He won't need to sprawl as much as Lerone Murphy would have to. He's a little bit lower. And I think it'll be pretty hard for Pico to get the takedowns, and I think Pitbull will be able to stand right back up. Pico's I think he might get caught again. I'm worried about his chin, how it holds up. We've seen him get knocked cold every single time. I've never seen him just get TKO'd. He's been cold 6 times.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I can ever trust him as a minus 300 favorite ever again. Like, it's crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, go on.
He literally just said everything that I said, but in a better way. Look, the talent gap between the UFC and every other promotion right now is huge. These guys were champions in Bellator, and now they're headlining the prelims, man. I mean, what else can I say about it?
Dude, so these numbers I didn't really put down too much, but I do have them. They are part of it. The distance is a negative 154. Knockout the plus 110 in this. When Walker brought up, it's harder to sprawl under smaller people. I had a problem going from, I bring this up 1,000 times, from when I fought my previous fight, a 6'6" gentleman, to a 5-foot or a 4'11" gentleman, but a 19-year-old double black belt, double world champion. When I had to fight him, I had to go completely different. It doesn't matter that Pico's the younger, faster, and could be better specimen. He's not the overall better, smarter fighter. Pitbull is. So if he goes at rushing and he's going to rush too low, all Pitbull has to do is do the underhook up, and he's in line for either an elbow or his own takedowns. And that's where I think that...
Watch the knee. That? Watch the knee for the takedown from Pitbull.
Okay. Walker, talk about that for real quick, man, because I know you got something to say about the knee. Because that's going to stop Pico coming in, right?
Yeah, especially if Pitbull's showing the knee, if he's feinting the knee a whole bunch. Pico's going to be scared. I think I wouldn't be surprised, especially in this fight, after he got colded on the biggest stage of his life, if he's going to be scared to get knocked out.
Yes.
Look, against Lerone Murphy, he was not scared. He was going for the finish all 4 minutes of that fight.
Yes, he was.
But let me add, to what Dan was saying. Aaron Pico wasn't a champion in Bellator. He I don't think he ever got into the top 10 of Bellator.
He was
Pitbull was a champion.
Yeah, he was number 2. I called them champions because they were like the big names in that company when they disbanded. So you are right. Aaron Pico was never a champion, but he was one of the big names that came over when that company disbanded. So you are correct about that.
But this fight should have happened a long time ago, and a lot of people have said that, and that's the thing. And if this fight would have happened in Bellator, Pitbull is the favorite. Right?
Yeah.
So when I look at the numbers, when I look at decision no bet plus 230 on Pitbull, you're giving me an opportunity for a guy that probably won't be finished and can go the distance, but has the opportunity for a knee knockout at plus 230. That's even better than the knockout number itself. So for me, I'm going to run the knockout. I'm going to run the decision no bet with Pitbull. And if I looked at the submission numbers, and the submission numbers weren't really that good. They were a little bit on the Pico side. I don't think he's submitting Pitbull. So for me, what path of victory could you see happening, Dan? I guess we should make our pick.
The path of victory. Pitbull could do whatever he wants in this fight, man. Pitbull is the more experienced fighter. If it goes to the ground, he's better off his back than Pico is on top.
Okay.
Pico's a wrestler. He's a D1 collegiate wrestler, and he's great at it. He really is. He's a great wrestler. On the feet, I think Pitbull's more savvy. Pico's fast, man, and he does have hands. Yeah. He does have combinations, but his style's a little lackluster. He keeps his guard a little bit down, and he gets clipped a lot. So there's a chance for finish on both sides, but it's up in the air until we make our choices.
Until we make the picks. How about you, Walker? Do you think it's going distance? Is there a possibility for a finish?
Not with Aaron Pico's chin and his power. No. I like Pitbull by knockout plus 600.
Mm-hmm.
And in the decisions plus 650. I don't think it goes to decision, so I love the knockout play right there.
All right. So are we checking? Are we doing that? We're doing Pitbull knockout for you. Is that your official pick?
I like that. Yeah, that's my official pick. Yeah,
I love it. Dan, who you got and by what method?
I think it's closer than people think, man. I think Pico had enough time off to let his brain heal. His chin is suspect, like we all said. I just don't think Pitbull has the firepower to knock him out anymore. I got Pitbull winning by decision.
Woo-wee. Pitbull by points is this plus 650 that Walker was just talking about. This is one of those fights where the sports book are slipping. You're able to get good money because people are going to be like, well, Pico's going to win. Okay, well, if Pico does win, but when we get the plus 180 to a plus 650, we just run that back with knockout for both fighters at plus 110. Yeah. Right?
But,
and then we just cover on. Go on.
But I'm not going to lie. I would love for what Walker said to happen. I would love for Pitbull to knock out Aaron Pico. I would absolutely love it.
I got it going. You know, I'm already going to roll it together. So my official pick is going to be Pitbull. I'm picking Pitbull. And I do love the decision no bet. But if you want to know what I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with distance no, moneyline Pitbull, parlay that together plus 368. Gives me if there's a finish. Again, we're going to play the decision no bet. And if for some reason it goes points, the distance, this is where the UFC betting product is better than any sport betting product because there's two people in the ring. So when we look at the method of victory, Pico by points is plus 195. You have a positive on every single way this fight can be finished and can go. So therefore, you can make money no matter who wins this fight. You just got to make sure you put your units where they need to go. So I'm going to put 1 unit on the 650 knockout for Pitbull, 1 unit on the points. I'm putting a unit on the parlay at plus 368, and the decision no bet will get a unit as well too. As well, I'm throwing in a unit on knockout plus 110. If I get the knockout, I'm hitting like 4 or 5 bets. It on the Pitbull side. If I get the knockout on the Pico side, I'm getting a few bets, but we still get that extra money. So for me, even if you go that route, Pico and under is plus 111. That's how we do it, man. Anything else for this fight before we move along? You good? Walker?
Good.
You good? All right. I think this is going to be a great fight. It's like you said, the Bellator main event. But now, let's get to the next fight. Let's get to the whoopings. Let's get to the wildness. Let's get to what's going to happen between Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. Dan, talk about it.
All right, before I start with either fighter, both of these guys have one-punch knockout power that can put each other's lights out, which is crazy. I'm going to start with Dominic Reyes. He's 3-1 in his last 4 with knockouts coming in all 4. Unfortunately, he was on the wrong side of it against Ulberg. As the shorter fighter, Reyes is going to have to be more defensive in his movements. Lateral movements, slipping off to create angles has to be a focus to avoid the chaos that Walker brings into a fight. He is the more technical boxer. Reyes should focus. He should be looking to counter and throw down the pipe, especially when Walker decides to get wild, because Walker loves to throw those overhands. Walker, man, he is the number 12 lightweight in the world and light heavyweight in the world, and he should be. I think he should be ranked a little bit higher because he has star power. He's 8-6, 0-1 in his UFC career, and he's crazy. He's coming off that crazy knockout win against Zhang. Whether he gets KO'd or KOs somebody, Walker is always exciting to watch. He has that long reach advantage in this fight, and he should use it. Throw those leg kicks, snap the jab, but we know he's not going to do that. He's going to get wild because he always does. Maintain the taller striking stance. Look for the clean shot. Be mature and patient. That's what I hope he does in this fight.
Walker, talk about the fighters.
Yeah, like Dan said, Dominic Reyes is going to want to look for the straight shots down the middle. Because I think that's where he can probably sit Walker on his butt. Johnny Walker is going to be spamming leg kicks. He's been doing that lately. He did it. He did it against Anthony Smith. He did it against Sam.
Yep.
I haven't really seen him knock anyone out with his hands.
Yeah.
Am I right? I haven't really, other than the spinning back fist at one time.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything with his hands out. Like, cool. Dominic Reyes made a whole career out of that.
Yep.
He almost he sat John Jones on his butt too, with a straight shot. I believe when he was throwing a knee. Johnny Walker's got to look for that. What?
No, I said woo.
Yeah. So.
I threw you off there. So you were talking about the Walker knee, man. That Walker knee and going down the middle. That picture showed if he comes down that middle and what you're talking about with Reyes, if he sends those punches down the middle, Walker might be out before he even lands from that knee. But go on.
Yeah. Johnny Walker's got to be defensively responsible. He got hit a whole bunch against Zhang.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I thought Zhang was going to finish him when he got on top at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't want to see Johnny Walker do that again, shoot right off the bat.
No.
Unless he hits on top and doesn't get a mount again. If he gets on top, he'll be fine.
Dan, so with that being said, Dominic Reyes is not the type of fighter that's just going to get into these crazy little flying and people landing on people. He's not going to do that. But Walker's going to do that.
Yeah, Dominic Reyes is very calculated when it comes to his movements. He keeps his hand low, so he gets clipped a lot, and it showed in his past fights. He's been knocked out multiple times. Johnny Walker's also been knocked out multiple times. I think this is the first guy that gets a clean shot, wins this fight.
I agree with that. I want to say what's up to Fins. That's the guy I was talking about earlier. He kind of liked Walker talking about Walker. It's good to see you jumping in, talking some fights. I listened to your show earlier, was talking about that. But dudes, I'm looking at this. Let me hit some of these numbers real quick because I got a crazy theory because of what I just kind of popped in and talking about the flying knees coming off and ending up on the ground. So we'll hit the Reyes side. Knockout 1 and 2, plus 135. Love it. Decision, no bet, negative 150. Knockout, plus 120. Moneyline distance, no, negative 109. Hitting that first and second round win by either method. Why would I say that? Oh, because I have sub plus 1,500 on Dominic Reyes' side. Why would I have that? Let's go to the things. Let's go. We got distance, no, negative 600. You can't make that much money, but somebody's most likely going down. We also got knockout 290, sub plus 700. I do like the sub plus 700 if you want to play it. Points 370, under 1.5 rounds, negative 205. Hit the Walker side, knockout, first and second round, 240. I love it. Unit that. Decision, no bet. Is there not an easier bet for Johnny Walker than decision, no bet? This isn't going the distance. It's either win or lose, and you get a nice 118. But man, sub is 1,000 on Walker. Moneyline distance, no, is in plus 145. And a sub in the first and second round is a plus 1,300. This is what I see happening. I see Walker coming out, getting crazy as hell, flying across that ring. Big thing goes out. Reyes tries to somebody's going to get on top of somebody, and I feel there might be a chance for submission in this fight. Dan, do you see that happening?
No, I think this is going to be a stand-up fight until somebody falls.
Walker, what do you think? Do you think there's a chance for submission?
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
Oh, I'm playing it.
We've seen Johnny Walker only get one submission in the UFC, and that was against Kudalaba. And Kudalaba was initiating that grappling.
And Reyes has 0.
Yeah. So if you want to go on the sub, go with the Johnny Walker sub. If you want to do that long shot.
Or we could just play sub at plus 700 and just be safe whatever happens. Because I just feel that Johnny Walker has a chance for that sub. I just do it. So then when I was looking at those subs and I saw the Reyes side, I didn't care. Because I'm only going to throw down a quarter of a unit on that. I'm going to throw down a couple bucks on that. You know, and just if it happens, it happens. It doesn't, it doesn't. I'll end up covering myself anyway. Because when we cover these fights, we always cover ourselves. But I think I was listening to, I could be wrong, and if Fins is still in here, he could reply. I think he's trying to play the over on this one. I can't, all the stuff I listened to and all the research, I think I might have said, I think I saw that. Am I wrong? Did you catch his show, Walker?
I haven't seen anything on that yet. I'm going to be talking to him later tonight. So
yeah,
I'll figure out if he's going with the over on that. But
yeah. All right.
I think it's not horrible, but I want to go with it. I would go with the under 1.5. But Zhang Walker did go over 1.5, and it screwed over a lot of people. It went over by like 3 seconds.
That's a good thing. Dan, who's your pick and by what method?
I got this going over the 1.5 rounds. I think Walker's more measured in the first round. I think it's kind of a feeling out period. Second round gets a little bit crazy, and I think both of them get dropped at least once, but I got Reyes winning by late second to early third round knockout.
Woo! So let's get the number on that real quick. Reyes second to third round knockout is a plus 500. Walker, what you just said and what Dan just said makes sense to me, not only as a bettor, but as a bettor that wants a plus 500 over a plus 140. But if you play the plus 140 and you get the knockout in the second, you play the whole fight. It's positive. I agree with that as well. Walker, who do you have and by what method?
I got Johnny Walker, first round TKO.
That doesn't surprise me.
I'm scared. I'm scared for my boy, but I think he'll get him done. I'm pretty sure he's been talking about how ready he is, and hopefully he doesn't do no stupid stuff.
So that's a plus 370. Dan, I'm going to kick it back to you, and I'm going to throw this in there real quick before I get to that. I really do like that, and you guys know I'm playing the knockout on this. You heard the knockout, negative 290. That's my money right there. The decision, no bet, Walker side, plus 118. I'm playing that. Every bet I talk about, I play. I'm not like these other shows. Dan knows this. A lot of people know this. When we talk about these fights, these are the only fights that I do like this, and it's because they're hand-picked, and it's a way of making money. When we see these numbers, money on both sides, we're not going to lose. We just, like I said earlier, have to make sure we make that extra money. So you both have this fight going knockout. I totally love that. And for me, I'm going to go, this is so hard for me. Johnny Walker is the better athlete. If Johnny Walker could, for once, fight with fight IQ, he could win this fight. And I have the money on it. But I am picking Dominic Reyes by second round knockout. Second round knockout will be, let's get it, plus 700. But regardless of what happens, we've given out multiple plus bets. If you want more information on those bets, you have to get to the Subs Only Discord at Dr. Roto. Use code word WIN, and you can become our rich friend.
And
before we move on.
Like I said about this fight, man, and that fight could end at any second. And like both these guys' jaws are made of glass.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on who lands the first clean shot.
Like, gone in 60 seconds is a plus 960. I'm down with that. Because if Walker comes out with a running knee and Reyes does what he did with Ulberg, whack, done. He's out. And that's why Reyes was in my video.
But before that, he looked good against Ulberg. He was boxing him. He looked good against Ulberg, and then he got clipped with one shot. One shot. That's all it takes.
Yeah, he's powerful. Walker, how about you?
What are we doing? I'm doing Johnny Walker round 1 KO.
No, I know that.
So
what I was saying is kind of going off of what Dan was talking about with that.
Like how both these guys got a glass jaw.
Yeah, they guaranteed. If any powerful shot is coming, it misses in a gust of wind, just breezes past their beard or chin, they're going to sleep.
Yeah.
They can miss both punches and they both can go to sleep. Like I've been reading.
Can we get that?
For that?
Yeah, if we could play all these bets and get a double knockout, and it counts as a double knockout for both of them, we can win everything.
Yeah. I think it'll be probably a no contest, so we'll probably get screwed over by whatever Miami Athletic Commission it is, but you never know.
Yeah, like I said, man, first clean shot that lands, that's going to be the winner.
Woo! Oh boy. Well, here we go. Let's move along to the next fight. We've got Curtis Blades versus the lightsaber welding, the non-rapping, weird drop in the hat guy, the Mr. Incredible Hawk, Josh Hockett. Dan, talk about it.
All right, man. I'm gonna go with Hockett first. He's 8-0 in his MMA career, and he has the tools to be a name in this lackluster heavyweight division. Hockett is a great prospect, and he has a perfect finishing rate. He's 8-0 with 8 finishes. His NCAA All-American wrestling background has the ability to neutralize Blade's grappling offense. Hockett's speed and explosiveness, plus his KO power, could definitely give Blades a long day at the office. Curtis Blades, man, he's 19-5 in his MMA career, and he is a top 5 in the heavyweight division for a reason. His experience Blade brings to this fight is unparalleled. He had fights against Ngannou and Aspinall for the title. That's nothing to scoff at, even in a loss, man. He made it there. Mm-hmm. Look for Blades to keep the fight at range with his jab and try to frustrate the upstart Hockett with his feints and cage control. With a disciplined game plan, this fight could be one-sided because of his experience.
Whew, hot butter, as I always say. Waka! Talk about these two incredible fighters.
So, Hockett is going to keep doing what he's doing. He's going to shoot takedowns, let the opponent get back up, shoot again, maybe work the body. He's going to make them try to make Curtis Blades gas in this first round. Curtis Blades, he's been to the top, but he's always failed. He always gets 1 or 2 wins against someone that they'll just give him. But his hands are slow. He doesn't have a good jab. It's kind of like he doesn't know how to use his size. He doesn't ever use his wrestling. And if he does, it's boring.
That's all he does use is his wrestling. That's all he does. That's his whole offense. His whole offense is wrestling. And you're right. It is boring.
But
do you think he's gonna try to box, Dan? And then we'll get back to you, Walker.
I think Blades is going to try to box Hockett. Yeah, because I think he's scared of the speed and the power of Hockett.
Walker.
I think this is how, if I was Curtis Blades, how I would deal with this fight. I would try to push him against the fence, use my size, and I wouldn't be going for takedowns. I would try to make this a boring fight. Slow this down. Maybe then Hockett will gas. Once, I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but maybe Hockett is used to this higher pace. Maybe he would be like, okay, this isn't what I'm used to. And I think Blade should try to make this go over 1.5 rounds.
You're absolutely right, and I think he should try to make him gas because we've never seen Hockett get tested. We've never seen cage control against Hockett, and that's what Curtis Blades is good at.
I'm going to throw in this. I'm going to throw it back to you, Dan, then we're going to get back to Walker. Do you think that Hockett being in the NFL, do you think that maybe some of those skills, that high motor, that thirst to win, do you think that that's going to be able to help with those cage pushes from Curtis Blades?
No, I actually think that is because he has fast twitch reflexes. Fast twitch reflexes equals gassing early. Your fast twitch muscles is what bring you power. And when you do nothing but fast twitch, you gas. So I had the same thing when I was boxing because I have a high fast twitch like muscle rate. So I gassed later on in fights. It didn't matter how much I did cardio because fighting and cardio are two different things. It doesn't matter how much cardio you have in a fight. And Conor McGregor proved it. Conor McGregor ran 20 miles a day. He biked 10 miles a day, and he gassed in the first round every fight. It depends.
Sorry, Dan,
it just depends on how your body is set up.
Yeah, sorry about that, Dan. Walker?
Um, I don't know if being a former NFL player really helps anything, because we've seen multiple former NFL players like Austin Lane. What was that? 2 weeks ago, he got
Yeah,
slept brutally.
smoked by
Um,
Iwo
we seen what's the other dude that keeps on getting slept in boxing? Greg Hardy.
Oh man, he's terrible.
Um, you know, both these guys aren't on the same level as Hockett because they don't. Neither one of them has wrestling pedigrees. That's what I'm looking at is the high level wrestling pedigree of Hockett.
Mm-hmm.
Because that shows me that he can wrestle.
Yeah.
I mean, I know wrestling matches are, what was it, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
There's no breaks really in wrestling. You stand back up, you choose position, you go right back at it.
Yep.
He done this for 20 something, 15 something years wrestling, just wrestling. I think his cardio should be fine. So yeah, I think that's what it comes down to more so in his NFL career.
So before I throw this back to Dan, so you guys just talk practically about fast twitch. Do you think that might be because of the NFL, where the NFL has you go 7 seconds, 8 seconds, then you're resting, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, then you're resting? And do you think that's where maybe the fast twitch, where that might all come from? Or do you think that NFL might have been like pushed that further to where it might gas Hockett is, I guess, is what I'm getting at.
I think the fast twitch comes more in fighting than it does with the NFL, because the NFL you use different muscles, and in fighting you're using a lot of your core, and in the NFL you're using a lot of your legs and your lower body because you're running most of the time. You're not throwing punches in the NFL. You're blocking and hand checking and stuff like that. Yeah, but you're not throwing punches for 3 to 5 minutes at a time.
That's right. Yep. Walker.
With fast twitch muscles, I think people are just born with it.
Yeah.
Like Dan says, like he has it. I don't really think I have that. But like I said, it comes down to that wrestling pedigree. I know Blades has that wrestling pedigree. It's not as high as Hockett's.
Okay, go on.
But we've seen Blades lose to other guys with high fast twitch muscles. Nagano.
Yeah.
Aspinall. Those two guys have fast twitch muscles. And he gets knocked out by both of them.
That's so big. So
I agree.
Go on, Dan.
I agree. He also got knocked out by what's his name? Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
Also got knocked out by Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
So I mean, none of us brought up Curtis Blades' chin. His jaw. He has a jaw like the last two guys we talked about. If a punch breezes by him, like you said, Walker, he might fall. So you never know.
Yeah. All right. Let's flip it. Let's go. Let's get to the picks and figure out where we're looking at these numbers. So, let's get to the numbers first. On the Blade side, we're going to start with distance no, -200. Knockout plus 135. I'm playing knockout for both fighters, of course. I feel knockout can happen. I haven't seen Hockett knocked out, but I feel that if Blades got on top and did a ground and pound with his boring self, he might be able to get one, but I'm still playing that -135. Sub plus 700. I did put a quarter unit on it. Points 145. Now let's get to the Blade side. I've got knockout first and second round plus 300. Moneyline distance no plus 181. Decision no bet plus 100. I've got knockout in points to cover myself -135. I have knockout with Blades plus 230. On the Hockett side, moneyline distance no. I know Hockett. I watch Hockett. All I do is talk about Hockett. And Hockett, money line distance, no, plus 135. Knockout points, plus 145. Knockout, plus 250. Decision, no bet, negative 128. Knockout in the first and second round is a plus 120. But for some reason, I looked at his sub, second and third round, when you guys were talking about he gets late. Let's finally see where Hockett is late. What if he somehow impresses us with a late round sub, which is completely insane at plus 1,700. But I'm willing to put a half a unit on that because I'm going to make all my money on the others. The under 2.5, I think, is butter in this fight. If you think this fight's going to finish, you're going the under 2.5 at a negative 152. Dan, what do those numbers tell you?
This all tells me that everyone thinks Hockett is going to knock out Blades.
Walker?
Yeah, I agree. Even though the on DraftKings, the odds are the same for either fighter to get a knockout. If you pick Hockett, knockout, it's plus 225. If you pick Blades by knockout, plus 225. I'm going with Hockett by knockout. He's way quicker. He's quicker. I think he could find an uppercut. I think the uppercut, we've seen it multiple times, landed on Blades. Sergey, what started that finish? Sergey leaped in with it looked like a straight punch, but I rewatched it today. It was a straight uppercut.
It was a lead uppercut. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Stunned him. It was nasty. He got him. I think Hockett will land a clinch uppercut. As Blades, like I said, I think Blades will be trying to push him against the fence. I think Hockett will stand his ground, get the clinch collar tie, boom, 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 get in there.
Dirty boxing.
Down, ground and pound shots.
That's it. Woo! I love it. That's a great pick, Walker. Dan, who you got and by what method?
I think Blades tries to dominate that first round, but I think Hockett is too fast and too agile for him. I don't think Blades has the tools to keep up with him. I got Hockett by second round KO.
Woo! Second round KO plus 950. Definitely throwing money on that right there because that is hot. I already got the first and second knockout. I've got knockout for the whole fight already. I agree with both of you. Look, if Blades beats him, and everybody's picking Blades, everybody's picking Curtis Blades. You know what? I don't care if you like Josh Hockett or you don't like Josh Hockett. I don't care if he failed miserably, started some stuff with our Iheart Prochazka at the show, at the interview sessions. I don't care. We need that in the heavyweight division. We need a heavyweight talking down on a light heavyweight. We need somebody to cause some ruckus because that division's been boring and it's been drama-filled and nobody's getting anywhere in there except Waldo Cortez Acosta and Josh Hockett, and for some reason, Rizvan Kunev, whatever. I don't think Hockett and Kunev after this fight, please. Anyway, back to it. Hockett, knockout. I agree with it 100%. A first and second round knockout, plus 340. Also, if you run over to the rounds, you can get alt betting. Hockett's a plus 240, 1-2. Just in case for some reason a stupid sub comes out, we're doubling our money, people. But gone in 60 seconds, plus 1550. I'm willing to put a quarter of a unit on plus 1550 because whatever happens, we're going to make some money in this fight, man. And somebody got to hit the mat. Woo! Dan, before we move along, you got something to add to this fight? Is this the most impressive heavyweight fight we'll have this year?
I think it will be the most impressive heavyweight fight we have this year because the heavyweight division is lackluster. We need a star like Josh Hockett, and we need Josh Hockett to deliver. We need him to deliver because we haven't had a star in the heavyweight division in a long time other than Tom Aspinall. And Tom Aspinall, his eyes hurt from a year and a half ago. So I'm tired of talking about him. John Jones won one fight in the heavyweight division. I'm tired of talking about him. We haven't had a real star since Daniel Cormier. So I'm ready for Josh Hockett to take the reins of that division.
Woo! Walker, you feel the same way?
Yeah, I'm excited for these like Kuniev. I'm like, about Hockett, Gable Stevenson, these high level wrestlers. I'm so excited about. So excited about. Especially Hockett. I know it's more of a character than anything, more of a like heavyweight Colby Covington. But that's what we need. That's what we need.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Later
We need
is
it.
over here like, I'm not gonna entertain it. That's why no one likes you, bro. That's why everyone wants you to get knocked out every single time because you're boring, dude. You stutter on stage, like
he did stutter on stage.
He's the heavyweight Colby Covington. He's the heavyweight Conor McGregor. We need that. Conor McGregor made a living off of talking nonsense, and we need that in the heavyweight division because that division is boring.
Yeah, I like to throw it back in there, man. Even Blade's comeback when he was like, yeah, I heard about the shirts, and I'm like, what, man, dude? If somebody made a shirt about me, I'd be like, you guys know how I would act. I'd be like, yo, you want to make a shirt? That's what would happen. That's what would happen. I would definitely bring the pain. But he's out there, hey, Grandma's pot pie tastes great today, and I'm gonna have some warm chocolate milk before I go to bed. Hockett's over there trying to get in a samurai fight with Prochazka with a lightsaber. We don't know what's going on. We need this type of insanity. Even if he loses, put him in the rankings and give him somebody like Univ. Because I know he can knock Univ out. All right, let's move. Anybody else got anything else? We moving along?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the round plays right now. Hockett round 1 plus 400. Fight to start round 3, no, plus 100. I don't think
Boom!
It's 3
Boom!
rounds.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's the type of stuff that I hit always live. Always the round 3, don't finish. The fact that you pulled that out is amazing. That's what doing stuff like that. That's what listening to shows like this make you a better and make you more savvy. I love hitting that 3rd round on knockout fights like this. Love that call. Woo! Awesome.
Nice.
All right.
Nice call, bro. Nice call.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. I wouldn't have probably looked at that. It would probably be a 110. I would have probably looked at I'm going to go hit it now, though. But I probably would have looked at that tomorrow or on Saturday morning when I'm getting together, when I'm doing my baseball betting write-up for Dr. Roto. That's what we do. All right. It's that time. We got 2 fights left. We've got to get to the co-main event between Azamat Murkazanov. I killed that. Mirzakhanov. Versus Prochazka. Yeah, dude. I did kill that. Didn't talk about it.
All right, I'm going to start with Paulo Costa, man. He's the more experienced fighter. He's 2-3 in his last 5, but he looked great against Kopylov in his last fight. At 205 and loving an easier weight cut, hopefully we see a newly motivated Paulo Costa. He's known for his power and striking ability, but will it transfer to 205? We don't know if that power will transfer. Look for Costa to use his feints, get his opponent to bite, and use his body and leg kicks to set up getting inside the pocket. From there, use his powerful hooks and crosses to do damage. Mirzakhanov, he's a perfect 6-0 inside the octagon with 5 or 6 of those wins coming by finish. He's not the most athletic fighter, but his power makes up for it. His knockouts have come by jabs in 2 of the knockouts in the UFC. He has jabbed his way to a knockout. We haven't seen him tested yet, but this is a big name in a sport that is set to test him against Costa. His arm guard and striking defense is the best in this division, and look for it to frustrate Costa and cause him to make a mistake.
Walker, talk about these fighters.
So this is a fight between Secret Juice and Revealed Juice. One guy says he's secretly on the juice. Right? One dude was literally popped for steroids and was banned for 6 months.
Yeah.
He's trying to do that against us, Johnny Walker. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't. You can't ever cost. You brought up the Kopylov performance. I don't. He was losing to Chris Curtis. Kopylov was before that head kick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to think that Kopylov might be a little bit of a fraud, and I know certainly.
That's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up.
He's a fraud. Dude lost to Marvin Vettori. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. He lost to a 2021 version of Marvin Vettori. No, I'm not ever betting on you. I'm never betting on you.
No.
So practically, you're practically rolling Paulo Costa into the Kevin Holland wheelhouse, because it's like, we want to bet on you. If we have to bet on you, we'll bet on you. But most likely, we might bet against you.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to happen.
What I was saying when I was talking about Costa is, name his good wins in the last 3 years.
Yeah. It's going to be the Kopylov fight.
Name him.
And the Kopylov.
It was the Kopylov fight. It was the Kopylov fight. And Kopylov, like you said, Walker, is kind of a fraud. That's why I brought it up.
So this was, before we get back into it, this was a fun fight to grab some numbers off of and grab some crazy numbers. So distance no is a -122, knockout +100. I'm playing it. I feel something. How do you give me a +100 knockout with Azamat in the ring? Taking it, right? Sub +1200 points, 115 negative. On the Costa side, we got knockout and points +175. I like that. Knockout second, third round. Look, if Mirzakhanov gets to the late rounds, because we haven't seen him there yet, if he gets to those late rounds, maybe that extra juice that Costa put on, maybe that gets that plus the second, third round knockout +800. Knockout for Costa, 400. If you're scared to play anything for Costa other than over and decision no bet, +132. Moneyline distance, yes, is a +379. But man, under the rounds, alt round betting, you got a round 3 finish and decision for +340. That works really well. Let's head over to the Azamat side. Azamat, I want this to go into the second round, but I'm going to play it. Knockout, second, third round, +500. Knockout, 220. Decision no bet, -168. Knockout points, -185. Moneyline distance, no, +170. Let's get crazy. The third round finish and decision for Mirzakhanov is a +135. Round 3 to not start, +122. Round 3 knockout, a round 3 knockout for both fighters, +750. But a round 1 win is +450. Dan, what do those numbers tell you?
I think people think this is going to be a closer fight than it's really going to be.
I can agree with that. Walker.
I didn't hear you say one thing that I was looking at. The decision for Mirzakhanov.
Decision.
I had that on +185.
Yeah.
I put a boost on it, +215. I got it on DraftKings early, like an hour ago. It was +185. Now it's +165. That line's dropping.
So you're watching all the money come in on the knockout side, and you're kind of waiting. But right now you kind of made your jump. You got the boost. You threw it on because you have a feeling that this might go the distance.
Yeah, I feel like this will. I think Costa, even though I think he's a fraud, he's a tough fraud though. He's a tough fraud. I think Mirzakhanov will be landing the more powerful punches, which will look good in the judge's eyes. And you can even play the spread for Paulo Costa. I think this will be a 29-28 decision, 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. That still hits for the spread. And even if Paulo Costa wins, that spread still lands.
I like that. Dan.
We have not seen Murzakanov go deep into a fight. We've seen Paulo Costa fight 5 rounds. But will that extra, 20 pounds, 25 pounds do something, or 15 pounds do something to his gas tank? That's what I'm worried about with Paulo Costa.
That's a good point.
He walks around at that weight, but is he completely toned and ready to fight at that weight? Murzakanov, I think he has more power. And like Walker said, Costa, he's been fraud checked many, many times, especially against Izzy. Izzy fraud checked Costa pretty bad. My prediction is I think it goes late. I really do. I think it goes into the 3rd round, but I got Murzakanov by 3rd round TKO.
Ooh-wee. Ooh. Walker, what you got going?
So, like I said, I got Murzakanov by decision, but I'm looking at Paulo Costa's record right now. He hasn't really fought that many finishers. You know, he beat Yoel Romero, but that was more on the aging side of Romero. He's already 42 years old.
Yep.
He fought Israel Adesanya, got finished. That's prime Izzy. He was a finisher, for sure. Marvin Vettori, not a finisher.
Got whooped by Bobby Knuckles.
Yeah. He's not a finisher. He has pillow fists.
Not a finisher, but he got whooped by him.
He's been getting finishes, but I still wouldn't consider him a finisher. Still. I would still consider him a pillow-fisted jab merchant. I would always play that Strickland decision. Roman Kopylov, he beat.
Yep.
Murzakanov is a powerful dude. He's in the more powerful punches. Yeah. And if he... Costa's just got to hope and pray that he doesn't go cold on one of these punches. And that's what I'm hoping and praying for, that he doesn't go cold.
Yeah. I mean, and I'll throw out my pick. I'm picking Murzakanov, of course. And I'm playing the knockout points, -185. I'm going to cover both my bases. If that would have been something, maybe I'll get over to DraftKings, hit the positive or the boost on that, put that on there. So that way, if you look at it, but even the decision no bet at -168, you play that together, you get the knockout, you'll get the 168 plus the 185. And then if it goes points, you'll get your money back for the Murzakanov side at -168. And then you'll still win the -185. So I think, honestly, if you want to be safe on the Murzakanov side, you will play those numbers. And then, of course, on the Costa side, that's why it's moneyline distant, yes, plus 379. That was hard to not take. So I took that. But even the points, -115, you throw it in there, you get a couple positives. You look at the 3rd round decision for plus 135 for Murzakanov. And Murzakanov can finish this fight in the 1st round. But I just feel that there could be, I don't see Costa going down in the 1st round. So I took a little bit of my money and I put it more into the late side where the numbers were a little better. Dan, do you agree with that method? Does that seem like the better method for this fight, that we think it's going to go later than the 2nd or the 1st round?
I do think it's going to go later. I think it's going to go into the 3rd round. I really do.
Okay. And then Walker, the same? Even though he answered that with his points.
Yeah, but I was looking at, I'm looking at DraftKings again. That on the alternate method, double chance, you can play Murzakanov KO or Paulo Costa decision.
Yeah, that's right.
Plus 100.
That's it. That's another thing I've been doing too, with like submission and knockout between two fighters. Kind of like when, we knew that, like when we had, you could say anybody, like Oliveira. You're going to play Oliveira submission, and then you're going to play knockout Holloway, right? Because it's a possibility both can happen. And that was something that I was kind of get at. But these numbers are really nice. They're a little tighter than the other fights that we covered. And that's fine, because like I always say, when we get to the main event, we'll have already made all of our money from the Fight Club of Pain, the 5-tastic picks, everything we've talked about. So we take that money and we're going to play with the main event when we get to that. Before we move along, is there anything we want to bring up about this fight, Dan?
This fight, no, but a certain fight, yes.
All right, that's probably we're going to do that at the end. The fight when we do the fight card. So when you bring that up, definitely we can apply that. So you just want let's get into the highlight fight of the day. Let's get to it. Let's get to the main event, the highlighted Fight Club fight of the night. Yuri Prochazka versus Carlos Ulberg. Dan, defend your fighter.
All right, man. You gave me Carlos Ulberg. He's 13-1 in his MMA career, and he has a dominant 9-fight winning streak. There's not much I could say to deter people away from liking this man. Carlos Ulberg, he has surgical precision when it comes to kickboxing, and his counter striking is elite to say the least. His composure under pressure allows him to stay calm in firefights, and his ability to end fights in a second is terrifying to the whole division. He has heavy calf kicks. He should use heavy calf kicks to immobilize Yuri. Look for Ulberg to put on a kickboxing clinic in this fight, just like what's his? Oh God damn, I forgot his name. The last dude Yuri lost to.
Was it? Oh,
Champ.
Champ.
Pereira, just like Pereira did to him. Sorry, I lost train of thought.
That's what we doing this. Let's talk about Yuri Prochazka, aka the BJP, aka Zenisia. We're talking about 32-5, 28 knockouts, 3 subs. Replaying that? I don't know. We'll get to it. Decision 1. This fight's going under because he's going to use that martial arts blend. That martial arts blend led him to become the first champion against Glover Teixeira. Not only his first championship, the first Czech champion ever. That's a major. In 2020, he won the Fans' Choice Award for Odemizier. 2021, President's Choice and Fan Choice for Knockout of the Year against Dominic Reyes. 2025, Fan Choice for Comeback of the Year and Fight of the Year for the fans against Roundtree. He got Fight of the Night 3 times and Performance of a Night 5 times. Yuri Prochazka looks to confuse Carlos Ulberg and stay away from Ulberg, start the fight slow, learn Ulberg. Once he has learned Ulberg, like Roundtree, he's going to dominate into the 3rd round, which would help my client take this fight either by knockout or the distance. Dan, talk about these fighters real quick.
You know me, I'm a Yuri fan. I'm a Prochazka fan, man.
Yeah.
He's exciting to watch, except for when he fights good fighters. When he fights good fighters, he kind of wilts and gets beat up. Walker can attest to that because he's kind of smiling on everything I said right now. Yuri Prochazka he's a fighter's fighter. He likes to get down. He likes to get dirty. He likes to throw hands. Once you clinch him, he does not know what to do. We've seen him on his back twice, and he really couldn't get up. It ended the round. Carlos Ulberg is an all-around fighter.
That's right.
Yeah. Carlos Ulberg is a better kickboxer than Yuri Prochazka.
Yeah.
So I don't. I'll give my prediction later.
You're not giving your prediction right now.
I want Walker's input on it.
Yeah, no, that's Walker's. You're not giving your prediction out yet, man. We ain't to that part yet, sir. Walker.
All right. So Ulberg's he's gonna be technical in this fight, as he always is. He's going to be popping out that jab, circling, popping out that jab. He's going to jab, left hook.
Yep.
Left hook. He loves that left hook probably more than Pereira does. Probably more. He throws it out way more than Pereira does. Just Pereira knocks more people out in way cooler fashion than Ulberg does. So he gets way more credit about it.
It's not really a left hook though, man. It's a check hook. It's a check hook. It's kind of like a jab hook. So he just kind of pops it out. He doesn't throw with all his might.
Yeah. And before we get back to you, Walker, that's right. One of Ulberg's favorite things he does, he'll do the jab, and he does that quick check hook like he was saying, which is kind of leaves it. Go back on, Walker.
But Yuri Prochazka, on the other hand, we talk about other fighters being the embodiment of chaos, right? Yuri Prochazka is chaos.
Yes.
Dude, not a single fight in Yuri's career I'll be like, man, I'm about to fall asleep too. Like Charles Oliveira, he's known for his finishes, but there's several fights in his career where I can be like, well, this is boring. Like the Holloway fight. Well, that was boring. Ulberg, the Jan fight. I almost fell asleep during that, dude. That was so boring.
Yeah, Blachowicz.
Yuri is always exciting, and he always brings the fight. Like I said, he loves to bring the fight to people. But it's either kill or be killed with him.
That's true. Let's hit these numbers and we'll talk about it. So distance no -370, love it. Knockout -260, sub plus 1100. I'm putting a quarter unit on sub. Prochazka's got 3 subs. I'll put 3. If I could put 3 cents, I'd put 3 cents on it. I'm putting a quarter of a unit on it. Points 250. If you think it's going to go the distance, I don't think so. Let's get over to the Prochazka side. Prochazka knockout 145. Moneyline distance no plus 111. Love it. Decision no bet -140. I'm going to throw me down on that. Knockout and points just in case some wild stuff happens. I'm going to take that. Boom. Knockout 2, 3, 4 plus 320 for Yuri. Let's get over. And then right now the rounds on FanDuel was over 2.5 rounds is -102. I feel that because Prochazka starts slow and Ulberg's going to be weary of that chaos, this is going to go a little late. By the time we get some action, half the fight will be over. Let's go to the Ulberg side. Moneyline distance no plus 155. Knockout points plus 100. Decision no bet plus 110. I'm going to take it. I'm taking decision no bet plus 110 as well too. Knockout 1, 2, 3 Ulberg. I'm going for it. Plus 260. Knockout plus 195. Points for Ulberg though. Plus 500. Round 3 knockout for Ulberg is plus 1500. Round 4 knockout for Yuri is plus 1500. The 4th, 5th round and decision for Ulberg is plus 330. Dan, what do those numbers tell you?
They tell me this is going to be a close fight, and people are up in the air who's going to win this fight.
Walker.
Yeah, I agree. People either think that Yuri's going to run into something or Yuri's going to create the chaos and not get another spectacular finish. Remember, this is 5 rounds. Yuri fights have generally gone over the 2.5 rounds.
That's right.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yuri's not a quick finisher.
No. I will just leave that out there for anybody's mind. You know what I really do like about that? So if you just go like, let's just throw in the Yuri, the fight over, I don't think they'll let us do it on there because the total rounds over 2.5. Oh, they did. So Yuri's win, money line, and over 2.5 rounds is plus 233. So if it goes over 2.5 rounds, he gets a late round knockout, you get the plus 233. And I like that. I like that a lot. So you know what? I am going to play that because I feel that that's going to happen. Dan, does that seem like a plausible bet?
Yeah, but I don't think a knockout happens in this fight, man. I really don't.
You guys are killing me. You guys are killing me.
I don't think
All
a
right.
finish. I don't think a finish happens in this fight.
I gotta believe in my boy Ulberg. But before we get to that, Dan, who do you have winning and by what method?
I think it's going to be a closer fight than people think. I think it's going to come down to the judges. I got Ulberg winning by split decision.
Woo wee! All right, so we got the split decision. You can play that on DraftKings, and the points we already gave you plus 500. Those are great numbers. Walker, who you got and by what method?
I got Yuri Prochazka by third round knockout.
Nice.
Again.
Woo!
Third round knockout again. I think Ulberg will be catching him, but he's going to start to gas, even though we haven't seen him. He stayed patient ever since that Kennedy fight where he did gas and get knocked out.
Yep.
Yep.
But this fight will go longer than that. Even if he's being patient, Yuri's going to stay, keep in his face and keep it pushing. Just keep it pushing. He won't be clinching him. He's going to be up in his face, landing the crosses, the hooks. He's going to be like this, all up in his face, landing the calf kicks. He's going to be switching stances. Ulberg is going to just keep on trying to move, trying to avoid the confrontation. But that confrontation will come, and he will start to slow down. He's going to get caught with something, and I think he will get TKO'd.
Yeah. I mean, I can't count out Prochazka. I definitely could see him winning this fight. But for me, I'm going Ulberg. I'm doing knockout and points plus 100. I'm going to roll money on that. Of course, I already said we're going to do this. I love Ulberg's middle. I love the middle of the card action all the time in the main events, if it can get there, but I do cover myself in the beginning. Before we move to the fight card, is there anything else we should add about this fight?
I think this has the tendency to be the fight of the night.
Walker.
No, I don't think this will be fight of the night. I'll just go.
I said tendency. I don't think it will be.
Yeah,
but it has the tendency.
But if this fight doesn't go the distance, whoever wins will get a bonus. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
That's if we could bet safe that'd be great. Is that Kalshi or something?
I don't know. I just use FanDuel and DraftKings.
Me either.
I don't trust. I don't trust them. They'll take my money.
I'm a little weary about, hey, where do you think the stock's going to be? It's like, I ain't got time for that. But Kalshi, if you want to sponsor the show, you're more than welcome to call us up at the Fight Club of Pain. You get a free week of fight lessons, too, if you come to Erie, PA. Yeah. No, I'm just All right. Let's get to the fight card recap. This is going to be where Dan and Walker are going to pick a fight to talk about. We'll start with Dan because I think that Dan is going to pick another fight of the night.
I want to talk about Cub Swanson, man.
I know you do.
He's one of my favorite fighters of all time. The last standing WEC guy. The fight with Do-Hoo Choi put him on the map as a fan favorite. This man's in the UFC Hall of Fame for a reason. He has everything you want in a fighter, and I hope to see him go out on a high note. So good luck, Cub. Wore your shirt tonight.
Yeah.
Cheers, brother. I hope he does great.
Walker.
Yeah, I want to talk about Chris Padilla versus Mikel Medeiros. We've seen Taco Padilla, even though his record, he has a lot of fights. Yeah. This dude's still a prospect. This dude's still finishing fights. That elbow against Yiza?
Yeah.
Or was it Rong Zhu? Was it Yiza or Rong Zhu?
Have they been seen in the same room?
The elbow? The elbow?
Nasty step-in elbow.
I think it was Rong Zhu that he hit right in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was that one.
That was nasty. Mikel Medeiros, we've seen him spam leg kicks. This dude's a leg kick spammer, dude. If I was a fighter, I would hate to be fighting with him, dude. My legs would be chewed up. I wouldn't be able to walk for a week, even if I do knock him out. He's gonna land 30 leg kicks in one round.
Yeah.
Harry Hardwick.
Yeah.
Go on. Dan?
So yeah, I got Chris Padilla by knockout in that one.
I agree with that. Dan, how do you have Cub Swanson winning?
Oh man, I hope he wins, but depending on his last fight, he looked crisp in his last fight. His boxing looked amazing. I think this is going to go to decision, and I think the judges are going to give Cub the okay on a swan song.
Yeah, and unlike what happened last time in the double retirement fight, at least Nate the Train Landwehr has said that he's also retiring too. So they'll probably have.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's what they were saying. That's what they're saying. So I mean, unless I've been hearing wrong all week, or maybe I've been around way too much and I've listened to way too much video game music. I don't know. Maybe CTE's sitting in it early, but that's what I heard. If this in fact is a retirement fight for Nate the Train, then seeing him go out would be great. I have Cub Swanson knockout points as my safe bet for that fight on his side. I do like Cub Swanson second, third round knockout, which is a plus 650.
I would love it just to see him go out on a high note.
Yeah, it would suck for Train, but if it's going to be a retirement, I can easily see it going the points. Walker, you agree?
Yeah. You said Cub Swanson second round knockout.
Second and third round knockout.
Yeah, I completely agree. Nate Landwehr has been knocked out in the third round before. Cub Swanson, known for turning it up in the third round.
Yep.
Nate Landwehr, he keeps his hands kind of like this. I think Cub Swanson, with his hands a little bit lower, should be able to land uppercuts, overhands, straights.
Yep. And the one thing about Cub, man, he's never slowed down. His hand speed has never slowed through his aging process. So he still has crisp boxing, man. And I think he has the better boxing out of the two, too.
Yeah, boxers are just good. I agree with that, man. That's some crazy stuff, dude. Practically, we put out 7 fights. We've talked fight theory for 7 fights. That means the 5 Tastic picks most likely might have to cover the other 5 fights. You'll get that at Dr. Roto behind the paywall. That's why you use code word WIN. Like, follow, and share. We are live, people. You can ask us questions, but I think we talked about practically the whole card. So that means it's the time. This is where we're going to get together for a crazy parlay. It's time for the Parlay Corral. Gentlemen, let's round up the wildest thing we could think of. Dan, we'll start with you in the Pitbull Pico fight. What do you think is the method that this fight's going to happen?
Pitbull Pico fight. What I think is going to happen, I think Pitbull wins by decision. But a crazy prediction is Pitbull by knockout.
Pitbull by knockout. What about you, Walker? You got Pitbull by knockout?
Yeah.
We playing on it?
Yeah, I played it. And can I talk about this parlay? I know this one fight we didn't really talk about, but we just talked about some parlays, right? Some long shot parlays. I got Pitbull round 2 plus 1,400. Charles Radke round 2 plus 700. I put $2 on it. Rads are plus 12,000. He went 240. I think those are both very alive.
I think that works too. So since we agree with that as well, there's a free parlay you guys get from Waka. He's wrestling them in for you. Next fight, Reyes and Walker. Do we agree that this fight ends in knockout?
Yes.
Guaranteed.
All right, well then that means that's going to be exactly what we're going to play Well, the knockout is negative 280. So wasn't this the one where we could do round props? Outcome of third? Nope. To fight to start third round? Dang, FanDuel's got a negative 330. That's why you play that on draft. That was the other fight. All right, well, we'll just do knockout. There's no shame in that right there. Negative 260. It's just the way it is. Actually, now it's negative 280. They just jumped that on me. All right, Curtis Blades versus Hockett. Dan, over or under? Or what is going on?
I think it goes. I think it goes under. I think it goes under 2 rounds. I think Hockett wins second round knockout.
Second round knockout. Walker, what you got, man? I know that we were talking about this. We've already covered this fight, but we're making a 5-leg parlay. It's wild. So let's get wild, or let's get what we get.
Yeah, I think it goes under. I think it goes under to 1.5. I love the knockout play.
You like?
I love the knockout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to take that to
plus one. Minus
negative 135.
Yeah.
135 on FanDuel. I think. Are you on DraftKings right now?
Yeah, I'm on DraftKings right now. I think the layout's way easier to navigate.
All right, Mirzakhanov fight. Dan, does it go over or under?
Mirzakhanov. Let me look what I got. I think it goes. So, what are the odds? What round? Like, what do you mean over and under? What over and under what round?
Oh, you want to? So, like, just like, do you think it's going to go under for the fight, for the parlay? Something, I guess, safe but kind of wild is what I'm going for. Under 2.5 rounds is plus 1.5. But if you think it's going over,
I think it goes over 1.5. I think it goes into the third round.
Okay, Walker.
Yeah, I agree. It goes over 1.5. And
okay,
you can play the over 2.5 minus 135 on DraftKings.
Yeah, it's 130 on there. So are we going to go total rounds over 2.3 or decision or distance? Yes, at negative 104. I'm thinking that distance, yes, might be worth.
I think it ends in a knockout, guys? But I think it ends in a knockout, but in the third round,
I do too. So, what are we gonna do, guys? You said third round knockout.
Yep.
So let's do Mirzakhanov, or let's do over the 2.5, so we get that right there. Unless you want, do you guys want to throw a knockout in here? Third round knockout.
Could. I think he sleeps Costa.
It's plus 750. Walker, you like that for this parlay?
I think it goes the distance, but I can definitely see a Mirzakhanov knockout here.
We can get round 3 finish or by decision for plus 130. That gives us the best of all worlds. Yeah. Look at us. We're like the Little Mermaid.
Here we go.
Part of your world. At least I didn't pull out the guitar.
Thank God.
That's my boy. Thank God. All right. We got 4 legs at plus 39.75. Main event. Prochazka versus Ulberg. What do we got? Are we going under? Or the over 2.5? Are we doing that?
I think it goes over.
Over the 2.5? Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes over 2.5.
That's negative 106. Brings the parlay corral to a plus 78.19. That's not bad. A dollar wins you 78.20. It's not bad. Whatever. I ain't got to play. Now you can round robin that bad boy, and if you round robin that bad boy, that's gonna probably be, you're looking at 26 bets. Even if you throw like 25, 50 cents for the first legs, it's gonna be 10, 10, 10. So if you throw $1, and $1, it's gonna go 10 bets, 10, 20. You're looking at $26 on the round robin, and you'll get all that action. I can guarantee it's gonna get crazy. All right, we're to that point of the show. I think we've got some hot stuff. Was there any other bet before we get to the next segment, Walker or Dan, that you might have? Nope.
I'm good,
All right.
man.
Well, it's that time when we get to the kitchen. We got to start cooking, and we got a chef. Dan, who is the soup can of the week?
Oh, man. The soup can of the week this week is Vicente Luque. For the second time, he's what I'm serving tonight. Luque is 2-5 in his last 7 bouts. He's got finished in the 3 of those 5 losses. The once contender isn't who he used to be, and it's shown in his last few fights. He's not as fast, he's not as crisp, and his wrestling is kind of sloppy in the last few fights. I expect Luque to lose by decision in this fight with the Burrito Bandit.
Burrito Bandit. And that's great because his points is plus 185, man. The Burrito Bandit, I do have knockout and points on the Burrito Bandit side. Everybody, if you're new to the show, the Burrito Bandit is Kelvin Gastelum. Just so you know. He got that name from Dan a long time ago. And thanks, Sean, for throwing that up so everybody can see Vicente Luque. That's an amazing move. That is an awesome move. Look at those pro players making pro moves. We're doing
Thank
a
you.
thing. Yeah. All right, I'm going to run through the DFS section of this show right now. So I know we've been up a little time. This was a big pay-per-view, or not a pay-per-view anymore, a big event. That's it. But let's get to it. So DFS Hero, this is what the simulated lineup at DFS Hero. Again, code word DOC gets you a percentage off of your subscription. Gets 20%. Pico, Ulberg, Swanson, Holland, Gamrot, Suarez. I like it. I think it's solid. Right, guys? Dan?
I like it.
Walker?
Only person I'm worried about is Holland.
Yeah.
Never trust Holland. You're more. I'm more inclined to pick Randy Brown in that fight than Kevin Holland.
I agree. Randy Brown's knocking him out, or it's going decision. Randy Brown knockout points. Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
All right. My DFS rankings. You got to have Azamat Mirzakhanov in your lineups. Got to be in there. Gamrot, love it. Takedowns on DraftKings are 5 points a takedown. If Gamrot can just get quite a few slams, we're good. We're good on that. Ulberg, love it. Love the points. I love the volume. If this fight does go the distance, I can see Ulberg putting out more significant strikes, which then would give you a good point total on DraftKings or FanDuel, whether he wins or loses. And I threw in Josh Hockett because he's so cheap. He's so cheap on DK. It's just worth that throw in. For my DFS lineup, I've got Gastelum, Hockett, Swanson, Ulberg, Reyes, and Azamat. Reyes was a little cheap. Reyes is my weak link, but I think that he's got a shot, and it's a sway. It's a sway on the DFS slate for me. So for that, that's what we got for the DFS. Those are the rankings and the lineups that I have. What did you think about that lineup, Dan? And then we'll get to you, Walker.
I love that both of them have Cub Swanson on it. Like I said, man, that's my favorite fighter tonight. And your lineups, that lineup sounds pretty solid.
Walker.
Yeah, I need to look at my lineups. I was trying to pull it up right now. Oh, what? Say again?
The pricing?
Yeah, the pricing. I was trying to pull it up real quick. But
yeah, so you'll probably run from you'll probably try to hide from Reyes, aren't you?
Yeah. I ain't doing no Reyes. Yeah, I like Josh Hockett. I like Pitbull. He's 7,000.
He's the least. Yeah, he's the cheapest fighter. They put Pico as the most expensive fighter.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't. There's no reason to pick Pico in that.
They messed that up. I could have seen them both being in the middle, but not that.
Yeah. And then I like Suarez. I like Cub Swanson. And then you know what? Screw it. Prado. I think he should, like he said, takedowns get you points. He shot takedowns before.
Yep.
He should be able to get takedowns in this fight, even though I do think that Radke should win.
Yeah.
I think Prado will be getting those takedowns in the fight.
If it goes the distance and he can get at least 2 or 3 takedowns, put out some kind of significant strike volume, he doesn't have to win. We saw, I remember offhand who it was last week. It was one of the girls. Anyway, she lost and she scored 38 points. She lost and she still scored 38 points. So, and that's kind of where, you try to get that edge, that sway. So I do like the Prado because I don't think a lot of people are beyond him. I'll predict that Prado's probably around 11 to 7% owned for the DFS slate. All right, guys. It's time for some wildness that we always get to at this stage of the show. It's time for the Parlay of Pain. Ooh, yeah. We're going to start off. Radke, money line. I'm throwing a money line in this week. Why not? -200. Brings the Parlay of Pain one leg up to -200. Gastelum, no distance. I want blood. The Parlay of Pain is about blood. Sometimes, most of the time. Get it. Plus 177 off that -118 added to the -200. Brown fight, no distance. -120 brings it up to a plus 408. Swanson, decision, no bet. You'll get your money back. This will become avoided. But if Swanson can get that second, third round knockout, like I said, the decision, no bet was being a little safe. -104. Costa, knockout for both fighters. The Costa fight is plus 100. I'm throwing that in. Brings the Parlay of Pain up to an 1893. The Parlay of Pain was astronomical last week, and I literally was one fighter from winning it all. And that fighter was Mr. Gas himself, Azamat Boyakat. Because that dude could have had that finish in the second round, but like Dan was saying, his fast twitch muscles wore out, and then he couldn't even stand. But he would have won us so much money because that was a plus 59.63, and it would have completed the full round robin. You guys know I did pretty well on that, but
Absolutely,
it was good. That's why. Woo! What do you think about those picks, Dan?
I love them, man. I love them, man. I hope they all hit for you, bro. I really do.
Walker.
I love them too. I got a little Parlay of Pain going on.
Why don't you say that real quick before
I got you. Cub Swanson, Nate Landwehr.
Mm-hmm.
All these fights are by knockout, by the way. So these are. I'm expecting. I want blood and violence in here. Yeah. Cub Swanson, Nate Landwehr to end in TKO KO plus 105. Curtis Blades, Josh Hockett to end by KO TKO minus 145. And Yuri Prochazka versus Carlos Ulberg to end by KO TKO minus 300 plus 361. $20 wins you 92.
That's solid. That's solid.
Nice.
I love it, man. This is why I love the UFC community. All right, let's saddle up, Cowboys. Let's give this card some ending thoughts before we get up on out of here. We'll roll it over to Dan. Dan, looking at this card, we've talked about it for weeks. We thought that all these fights were a banger. We lost probably the fight of the night between Tyara and Van. How's the rest of the card shape up for you?
I still think this is the best card of the year so far, and I think we're going to have a couple bangers on there, man. I think a lot of fights end by knockout, and I think there's going to be a lot of surprises on this card. So I'm looking forward to Saturday night, sitting in front of my TV, drinking a couple beers, and watching this, man.
Walker.
Yeah, I'm ready for full violence for 10 hours straight. I bought some margaritas pre-mixed yesterday. I'm ready to be sipping on some margarita, getting fucked up, and maybe go back to the liquor store after I finish that after 3 fights, and then get more freaked up. You know?
Nice.
Yeah.
If I Yuri Prochazka versus Ulberg, I might be out.
You might be asleep with all that margaritas, bro.
Hell, I might just do like a shot per knockout.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, then you better hope that the under's only 5 fights and the overs go 7 fights for this one, because you're gonna be sleeping like you said, man. That's crazy.
I'm gonna put some stuff on my eyelids so I say it like that.
Tape them open.
Yeah.
Toothpicks on your eyelids.
What? I thought you said toothpaste at first. I was like,
no,
that's gonna burn your eyes.
Toothpicks.
Toothpaste. I got
Toothpicks.
you. Do not put toothpaste on your eyes, people.
No,
please.
don't put toothpaste on your eyes.
All right, guys. This was an amazing show. It was great to have everybody on, bring it back in. I know we went a little long, but we did do a lot of bets. We did a lot of talk. We did a lot of fight theory. And we try to give, in the Fight Club, we try to give everybody different views. You have my views, you have Walker's views, and you have Dan's views. And each one of our views see a lot of these fights somewhat similar, different rounds, different ways. And that is why we provide this at Dr. Roto and on the Fight Club of Pain. And that's what makes shows like this unique. I want to say thank you, Dan, for coming on again. I hope you had a blast talking all these craziness.
Yeah, man, this is the most fun card of the year, man. I'm excited.
Walker, I want to say thank you for coming on. I know you got to go do some work with Fins now, so go over there and give them hell, give them some parlays, and make sure that
Yeah, I got about an hour before that. I'm hoping to maybe see one of you guys. You jump up there, give some words, even if it's not too much to say. I know you guys are busy guys. But
30 invite. 30 invite. I'll hop in.
I got you. What's your? You gotta send me his Twitter.
Yeah, I'll send you the X. Say the Twix. Yeah, we just combine that. Call it the Twix.
Yeah.
All right. I love it, man. I can't wait to do this again. Of course, the Fight Club will be back next week at 7 p.m. The following week, the NFL draft, the Fight Club will be on Friday, because we'll be in Pittsburgh watching NFL's players or college players become NFL players. Of course, like, follow, comment. If you disagree with us, if you think you have a finish, we'll talk well after the show. We'll hit up the comments. And, of course, get over to Dr. Rudo. Use code word WIN. Get a percentage off of your prescription so that you can see why we have the right cure for all of your fantasy needs. Thanks, guys. I can't wait to do this again. Much love. And always remember to bring the pain. Ooh, yeah.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Get your fantasy prescription by subscribing to the channel and checking out drroto.com. Until the next visit, be well and take